Silver is crashing. Should you sell? Should you buy? Let's get into it right now.
One stacker on a journey to find silver. International Stacker.
Hey everybody, this is International Stacker. I literally traveled the world buying gold and silver. I'm coming to you live from Detroit, Motor City right now, and I have some epic videos coming soon. Took a viewer out to the baseball game. We hit some LCSs. Those videos are coming to you soon, but please like, comment, and subscribe because 90% of you watching my videos are not subscribed, so please help me beat the censorship. Help me please the YouTube algorithm and smash a like. Leave a comment below. And also, a big thank you to Gold Royalty Corp for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get into it, and I'm going to tell you why I am not a least bit concerned on this action that we're seeing here right now. Now, over the past few weeks, silver and gold have been slowly dropping. Am I concerned? Not a bit. But that is because of my strategy. Now, I want to make sure to explain this to you because I'm sure there's a lot of new stackers out there that probably got in, somewhere around 30, let's say 26, but probably got in somewhere around 30, and now they're freaking out it's hovering around 21. Let me preface this with, I'm not a financial advisor. See my disclaimer description below. This is just my opinion and my opinion alone, but I am building a dynasty. I am building an empire. My goal is to build dynastic wealth, and that is what actually protects me building that dynastic wealth. When you stack for the long term, none of these little bumps in the roads matter, right? It's just like you got a flat tire, you got to find a place to pull over, change the tire, you continue your journey. So when you're stacking for the long run, you don't have to be terrified every time spot drops 50 cents or a couple bucks or whatever. You just look at it as opportunities. Now, for me, gold and silver are a long-term play. And I'll even tell you, do not get into gold and silver if you're just planning to get in for a month and get out. It's not that type of thing. That can be very dangerous. You can get lucky and do well, but you can also get extremely screwed. So for me, here's my strategy. I'm stacking to retire on and hand over to my next generation. If I could ever find freaking Mrs. International Stacker, you all might be my next generation, guys. All of you watching, I just might give it all to you. Who knows? I've given away a few kilos in the past, and that's why it's important to be subscribed with the notifications on, so maybe you too can win a kilo bar and be one of my heirs. But anyways, joking aside, well, not joking about the kilo bars, but joking about you guys being my heirs. Joking aside, long-term play. So if I'm stacking for retirement, what does that do? That protects me. Now, between now and then, if a crazy opportunity presents itself, by all means, I might sell a little bit or part of my position. And if you look at all my videos here, I've got a lot of silver. I'm up over 6,000 ounces now of silver. I think like 18 ounces of gold, okay? If the opportunity arises and silver shoots the moon with Dogecoin, no kidding. But if it shoots the moon or if something crazy happens or it goes up, I might shift some of it over into another asset. Say we have a real estate crash, metals go through the roof. I might liquidate part of my stack and pick up some real estate. So if you hold it for the long term and that's your goal, your strategy, that provides you with a whole lot of opportunities to pivot between now and then. And that is exactly what I plan to do here. And I think the reason I stack silver and gold, but predominantly silver, is the reason a lot of you do, right? When we get that price correction or that run up or whatever it's going to be, a lot of people believe there's a lot more upward potential in silver than gold right now. Why am I so heavy in silver? Why else? Because of what it is. If tomorrow everyone woke up and said, silver sucks, we don't want coins, it's not good for monetary, not good for collecting anything, not good for jewelry, it still has major demand, major industrial demand. It is the best conductor of electricity in terms of a metal. It's the best. There's no metal better than it. It's the best. You look at the way society's going with green technologies, like whether you agree with the Green New Deal and all these different things that are happening or not, You don't have to. It's happening. So if it's happening, we might as well capitalize on it. So look at electric vehicles. Do you know how much silver's in those? A ton. Look at big screen TVs. Look at your phone you're probably watching on or your computer. There's silver literally in everything. There's silver in solar panels. It's used in the medical industry. It's antibacterial. It's used in water purification. It's even used on freaking yoga pants, guys. Silver is used everywhere. And guess what? It's used in missiles. There's like an ounce or a little over an ounce, mate. I forget how much it was. A little over an ounce in missiles. You're telling me there's not going to be any warfare in the future? So my point is, it is heavily used. Now, if you remember, I had previously done a series of videos where I'm looking at other opportunities to make money on, and I'm sharing that journey with you, right? I'm sharing my journey with you. I've got a lot of silver, I'm building up the gold, but I've said from the beginning, I look at silver and gold as a hedge against inflation. I don't look at it as an investment or a way to 10x your money. Now, with silver, I do think it's going to end up doing that, but predominantly I look at it as a hedge. So I'm looking at other opportunities to try to maximize on what we're seeing now. And if I think gold and silver are going to do well, then wouldn't you think gold and silver miners would do well? I mean, to me, that's just it's to me it's just an obvious path there. So I am working on getting an interview with Amir Adnani. This guy is a freaking legend. Who remembers my video about stacking uranium? Well, Amir Adnani is one of the persons who runs Uranium Energy Corp, who founded it. And if you remember, I spoke first about Uranium Energy Corp back here in April, and since then it had a run up all the way to 369 and still moving sideways. Look at that. Look at this buying opportunity here. The key thing here is Uranium Energy Corp, or UEC, is up over, it was up nearly 75% in the past month. It's up 96% in 2000, this year, 2021. And it's up a whopping 580% since March 2020, which was its last bottom. March. Over here. Okay? That's epic. Well, Amir is not only involved in uranium, but he's involved in what you and I love. He is involved in gold and silver. So he is one of the founders, or who did found Gold Royalty Corp, or GROY. You can see right here on the New York Stock Exchange. So not only did he found GROY, he founded Uranium Energy Corp, Uranium Royalty Corp. What's that? As well as another company, Gold something. I forget what it is. But this man is a legend. Now, his other company, Uranium Royalty Corp, which is a sister of this, Gold Royalty Corp, it does the same thing this company does, but in the uranium sector, right? And this is gold and silver. And I'm going to explain to you what a royalty company is here in a second. It's up 97% in the past month, 314% in 2021, and 436% since March of 2020. Now, a few more important points I wanted to discuss is that Newmont and Gold Corp merged a couple years ago, and that was the largest merger, I believe, in the gold industry history. It was over $32 billion. The CEO of Gold Corp, who was the mastermind behind the deal, by the way, is David Garfoyle, okay? And he is now the CEO of this company here. And you can read there about his history. And you know I'm big on management for companies. And he is literally the CEO here for this company, okay? So that's a big thing. So the founder of Gold Corp, as well as several other of the most successful gold stocks in existence, is Ian Telfer, okay? And he's also a part of management for this company here, Gold Royalty Corp, or GROY. These two have the largest gold companies in the world, and they now lead this company. If that is not a freaking indicator, I don't know what is an indicator, folks. To me, that's massive. Now, it is important to me, again, the leadership of a company. So I'm always looking at the leadership of the company. And when I'm also looking at them, I want to make sure they're into gold and silver. I want them to be stackers. I want them to believe in its use case, et cetera, et cetera. So let's hear a little bit from David himself right now.
There's no fiscally responsible way for these governments to repay their debt. So the central banks are complicit in debasing the currencies and debasing the debt of the sovereign debt of these nations in order to make the debt less of a burden, fiscal burden for the governments. We're going to see that at some point. We are going to see a significant correction. What the catalyst is at this stage, very, very difficult to determine. But I would say that, if you had a good run here, putting 10 to 20% of your portfolio into gold makes a lot of sense to preserve that capital, because gold tends to shine in a market, equity markets that are severely correcting or experiencing significant volatility.
Now, what the heck is a gold royalty company? So there's a nice chart here, a little presentation from U.S. Funds. So what are royalty companies? A precious metal royalty company serves as a specialized financer that helps fund exploration and production projects for cash-strapped mining companies. So it's like a venture capital. It makes dreams come true. It's basically the Shark Tank of the mining sector. In return, it receives royalties on whatever the projects produce, or rights to stream an agreed upon amount of gold. So it can take royalties or gold and silver, or other precious metals. We consider these companies to be smart money of the gold space for a number of reasons. So some say Gold Royalty Corp, or Gold Royalty, not Corp, but Gold Royalty companies have the best business model in the world because they put their eggs in multiple baskets, versus maybe it's a company and they only have one project or they have two. When I'm looking at companies, I like multiple projects because I want multiple baskets to hold eggs. Well, a royalty company, whether it's uranium or gold, does the same thing. They can finance a bunch of different projects and get rewards from some of them. So if some of the projects fail, they spread their risk around, which I think is huge because my job, reducing risk, emergency management, et cetera, et cetera. There are a few reasons why this article here talks about why these types of companies are great, but I liked this one. Miners are highly dependent on their own projects to generate revenue. On the other hand, royalty companies hold highly diversified portfolios of miners and other assets, helping to mitigate concentration risk in the event that one of the properties stops producing precious metals. Maybe they lose their water. Maybe they get stopped by the government. Maybe there's a hostile takeover, like what can happen in South America sometimes, and a country just says it's ours now, or or the African continent even. So by owning shares in a royalty company, an investor has exposure to several other companies through royalties and streams of metals. Some royalty companies even own streams on oil deposits. I'm huge on do as we say, not as we do, right? I'm huge on saying no. I'm gonna watch where the money's going. Eric Sprott, who is a huge and successful billionaire, is a big stakeholder of this company here. Where'd it go? This company here. Okay? So he's believer, he's in. The company already generates revenues from several of its already established royalty agreements, and it has dozens of more agreements with companies and projects that are in development. So that means more revenue streams are going to be coming online as we speak. Now, I'm not going to go into this much, but here's a huge presentation. It has a lot of information, a lot of geological surveys, shows the projects that they're on. I mean, it's not like the old days, guys, where you just dig and you hope you get it. Like, there is a lot of science that goes into it now to prove grounds. So when you're investing, you can hopefully make sure it's worth it. Now, things can happen. We all know that. But yeah. So here's a bunch of the portfolio projects. You see all these different projects all around the world. So I'm going to put a link to this presentation if you're interested in this company in the description below, so you can check that out. But the rate at which this company is growing, to me, is insane. Like, look at all these projects. Okay. It is absolutely insane. It already merged with Eli Gold, Abidity, and Golden Valley this year alone. I mean, this company is like a black hole swallowing everything up, but the black hole gets bigger. And this black hole, hopefully we can see through the other side. But they're building, with all the mergers, everything that's going on, they're building a gigantic, massive company. Now remember, Uranium Energy Corp, UEC, Uranium Royalty Corp, UROY, Gold Mining, which is GOLD, gold, and Gold Royalty Corp, GROY, have all been founded by Amir Adnani. And I've got to get him on. If you guys want me to keep fighting for an interview, let me know, and I'll keep working it. But these companies, those 4 companies I just mentioned, are worth a whopping 1.5 billion dollars collectively. That is mega. Here's Gold Royalty Corp here again. Remember, it's GROY. Looking at the 6-month, it's been up near $6, 666. No, the back of the race. So it's been there. So it's down a little bit from its peak in June. So it might be a good time to enter. I don't know. I'm looking at this. I'm highly interested in it. Let's go back. Let's go max. There's no max. Okay, so new company, just built, heavy hitters investing in it, heavy hitters running it. I'm extremely interested in this company, so I'm going to dig deeper into it, and I encourage you to do the same thing. And now, if I could only plan this out perfectly before gold hits 2,000. Gold's eventually going to hit 2,000, whether that's this year or next year. Gold is eventually going to hit 2,000, and it is going to be epic when it does, because companies like this are going to shoot the moon, in my opinion. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, but in my opinion. Let's look at the gold Sprott. Oh, here's a gold. Yeah, we're down to 1726. Man. Woo! It's been a crazy ride, guys. The beer flu's been nuts, hasn't it? The beer flu has been nuts. I don't know what's going to happen. Do you guys know what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. But what I do know is playing my strategy over the long term is a winner, if you look at history. So I'm going to continue to do that, play the long term. I'm not going to panic in the meantime. And I'm going to look at other opportunities to make funds and money and build my dynasty along the way, whether that's Uranium Energy Corp, whether that's GROY, Gold Royalty Corp, or whatever it is in between. There's a lot of opportunities out there. So I guess the moral of the story is keep searching, never be satisfied, and keep building that kingdom to the sky. I hope you guys liked the video. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you like these videos. I've had like 3 people rage on me. We hate these. We don't want you to do any more of these. I've literally only done like 15 of these videos out of my 1,000. So if you don't like it, this type of video, I just put out an epic stacking video a couple days ago, so go check that out. If you like these videos, let me know. And if you want more interviews with some of these CEOs, millionaires, and billionaires, let me know. Because whether you agree with them or not, or agree with the company or not, there's still something you can learn from everybody. And I continually try to learn something new each day. And I hope you all learn something from me, and I continue to learn things from you in the comments. So please leave those comments. I do respond to every single one of them. And again, thank you for joining me on this journey, and I guess I'll say, catch you on the next one. Woo!
One stacker.